Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody is doing well. Before I begin, I would like to let everyone know if you need a closed caption copy of this presentation, please put CC in the Q&A box. WebEx has incorporated, but right now we're having some technical difficulties. But if you need that copy, please click CC and we will send that to you. Thank you. So on behalf of the Executive Director of VA OSDBU, that's Mrs. Sharon Ridley, the Deputy Executive Director, Mrs. Kimberly Osborne, and Mrs. Chanel Bankston Carter, the SOC Director, thank you for attending today's Finding VA Opportunities using SAM.gov training. My name is Curtis Brandon, and I have with me today my colleagues, Micole and a special guest is Dr. Linda Williams. Before I begin, I want to inform you about a few items. This training is being recorded, and the recording, as well as the presentation today, will be emailed to you. The copy of this presentation will also include links to the OSDBU website, as well as other support resources and contracting tools. Please note the Q&A box on your panel. During this training, any questions that you may have, please add them there. There will be a question session at the end of this training. When submitting a question, do not send your questions to the individual panelists. We want to make sure that we receive all the questions that you have and we can respond. Once this presentation has concluded, a survey window will appear. I would like to request that you please take the time and complete this survey. Your responses will be used as a part of our continuous service improvement efforts. I want to welcome you as a small business owner. Today's training is structured to help you understand how to find VA opportunities using SAM.gov. We want to provide you with the necessary tools to successfully compete for federal opportunities. OSDBU advocates for the utilization of small businesses. Every federal agency has an OSDBU or small business office. While OSDBU can't get you contracts, we want to ensure you are at your maximum level of readiness to compete for contracts and leverage yourself as a veteran. We are veteran first, but not veteran only. So here's what we're going to cover today. Lesson 1 will cover what is SAM.gov. Lesson 2 will cover how to navigate SAM.gov and the importance of creating an account, followed by the Q&A session. Then afterwards, the survey will be launched for your participation. And by the end of this webinar, you should gain the knowledge of what SAM.gov is and is not, learn how to navigate SAM.gov and the importance of creating an account. So before I turn the presentation over to Dr. Williams, I would like to provide you with a bit of background information on her. Dr. Williams is a native of New York City, the Bronx. She earned a doctorate in organizational leadership and management from the University of Phoenix and an MA in management with a BA in management and logistics from American Public Military University. Dr. Williams currently serves as a senior small business specialist liaison representing OSDBU. As a liaison, the mission is to connect the small business with resources to educate them on the procurement process, ultimately opening pathways to successfully seek and win government opportunities. So at this time, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Williams.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad to see that you can attend this presentation, and hopefully it will help you by the end of it to navigate SAM.gov a little bit better or provide you the resources where you can ask questions and help you do so. What is SAM.gov? The General Services Administration, they manage 10 different online sites, which have now been merged into one. The site became the official U.S. governmental website for people who make, receive, and manage federal awards. The data has been imported from original websites, including entity registrations and historical contract data. Sam.gov is now the federal government's official website that will host the functionality of FBO in addition to many other legacy websites. Navigating Sam.gov and the importance of creating an account. What is the difference between signing up and registering? Signing up means getting an account and setting up a profile on Sam.gov. User account credentials are managed by Logon.gov, a service that allows you to sign in to many different federal government websites with one set of credentials. Registering means registering an entity to do business with the government on Sam.gov. You must sign up and sign in to your account to use many other features of Sam.gov, such as saving searches, following records, or viewing standard reports. You must register your entity, you as an individual, or your organization to be able to bid on contracts or apply for federal assistance, grants, loans, etc. from the federal government. One of the things that I wanted to also tell you, if you're a veteran, you probably have a login to access your e-benefits and other things that we access. So it's preferable that you use your organization for registration for this, so it doesn't require you to enter your password and your identity when doing using Sam.gov as a portal for responses to contracts or to do searching. To begin, you need to create a Logon.gov account. This Logon.gov sign-on allows federal procurement-related websites to sign on using single sign-on authorization, eliminating the need for multiple usernames and passwords. When you visit www.logon.gov and click on Create an Account in the upper right-hand corner of the page, once your account has been created, return to sam.gov to log in. A note about this: you can do a basic search without logging in. However, you cannot save any. Now, one of the things, as we talked about earlier, to register for your business and not as an individual unless you are a sole proprietor. Some of the questions that come up as a manager is how to establish an administrator. And one of the slides that we provide assists you with doing that, because that's a common question. You go to your workplace and access the user directory widget. Search for the user, select the actions menu, and select view access. Select the assign role button. Choose the organization you want the user to manage, then select the assistant user role under role. Before adding a role, be sure to check the existing roles first. Once you select the domain, the system displays a list of pre-populated permissions. Customize those positions and add comments as needed, then select the Done button. Follow the same processes when removing an existing role. Select the trash can icon to delete it. So if you have 4 or 5 people that you want to manage your account, this will allow you to add them, and they'll be able to get into your account and perform the duties that you've assigned to them. Once you have created your account, log on and you will see what's called a workplace. For VA notices, contract opportunities, assistance listings, entity information, federal hierarchy, and wage determinations for federal organizations, select all domains. It gives you the option to do those items, but you will see those tabs. One of the search options is to do it by NAICS code or PSC. There are two ways. Those are two ways. Using the keyword search and using the filters that are assigned under each one of those options, we will go over in this quick video. Give me 1 second to start this video for you. And those that are not in WebEx will be able to hear it. Curtis, see
You might have to share your screen.
No, it's the active link is not there. Can you click on the video and just share it, and I'll take control back.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let me try.
Good morning, everyone. While they are working to get this technical issue straight, excuse me, just want to remind you that the presentation will be going out within the next 2 days. So you don't have to worry about trying to take notes or anything, because this information will be provided to you following the presentation. So just bear with us a few minutes more and hopefully this technical issue will be resolved. Thank you.
So we won't be able to click on it to show the video, but when you receive it as a PDF, you're going to be able to click on it and it will be able to display the video. We can't see it right now because this PowerPoint is not in the PDF form. So that's why, Dr. Williams.
Okay, no problem. That video helps you quite a bit to understand how to search those opportunities using either or. One of the concerns that came up is if you put both, it tends to provide you with previous postings that are not in line with what you are actually maybe looking for. So that video helps you understand what to do and what not to do. For VA notices and/or opportunities, you will scroll down to the federal organizations, search federal organizations. And that way you can pick, if you want to search, say, for instance, the VA and the Department of the Army, or you want to search them all, you can leave that blank or make your appropriate selection. Then you have your, type of notice and so forth, which would pertain to sources sought, awards, or any other subcategory within that. For place of performance, you would enter a zip code if that's what you prefer. On the upper right-hand corner of the web page, you can save or download your search results. And remember now, that's only if you're logged in. Once you click on the search result, detailed opportunity information becomes available. You can also set up alerts for notifications of information that's posted on your screen. Again, you must have an account to save your results and to set up alerts to come automatically to your email. For more information and tutorials about using sam.gov, If you navigate to the bottom of the home page, under the customer service heading, you can click on the Learning Center. Under content type, explore the various tutorials offered by clicking the videos box under content type. Some of the most popular items that have been noted by vendors using SAM.gov is: how do I search opportunities? How do I save them? Where can I obtain information regarding wage determination that applies to your current contract action? What standard reports are available? How can I receive email notification for changes to contract opportunity search results? Meaning if you have an intention to respond or you have responded to a request for information, sources sought, or an actual solicitation, you can get changes automatically sent to you for any additional information on amendments, closure date changes, and so forth. How do I create, access, and save ad hoc reports? And there are many other frequently asked questions, but those are the most popular that people seem to have a challenge with or question quite often. You were provided information to understand what SAM.gov is and what it is not. We illustrated how to navigate within SAM.gov, the importance of creating an account, the importance of saving your searches, and the useful links that will be provided and the on-demand training contract information that'll be provided after this slide. Are there current questions about what was already presented by the participants? Curtis?
Not yet. We could go to a Q&A in a few, as soon as I finish showing them the website and going through the next slide. Then we'll get into the Q&A portion.
Okay, I'll put that up for you.
Before we end, I would like to say, please join us for our upcoming trainings. February the 2nd, we have a Doing Business with VA at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and an Introduction to VA OSDBU, February 8th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before we get in the Q&A section, I would like to show you guys our website. This is OSDBU's website. Plenty of resources and information on here. You come to the right side where it says resources. As you can see, get in touch with a small business liaison. Got Doing Business with VA. Even got VA forecasting of contractor opportunities here. Should direct you to the education and training section. Once you click on there, you can come down. It's a video of our director. Come down to the resource library. You got listening sessions. Click back out. View the list of our upcoming training topics. And here's our upcoming training topics where you can go in and register. This is OSDBU Help Desk phone number. This is our SOC, this is our email address if you would like to get in contact with us and have any questions that you would like to ask. It's our social media, Facebook, YouTube, and our LinkedIn pages as well. So please feel free to subscribe, visit them, Got a bunch of information on there for small businesses to help you with your procurement readiness and help you compete for those contracts. Now let's open it up to questions.
Hi, Curtis. I'll take the first question.
Okay.
They ask, do you have a list of the VA office codes to allow us to search individual NCO districts? And then do you all have a list of the zip codes for the individual VAMCs within the VISN? Please advise.
There is a current list of the VA's financial code is 3600 for all financial governmental transactions. Each individual facility has their own financial code that they use to pay for stuff, but overall you'll find it under 3600 if you just enter that. There's also all the VISNs are listed on a charter map, and that link will be provided to you so that you can find out which hospital belongs under which VISN, and each independent hospital has their own processing of individual contractors. So you have to contact your logistics department within each one of them to register.
Thank you. The next question is, or the next statement. Yes, a question. Okay. I changed my business name and is waiting for the IRS to update my EIN with the new company name. Without having a registered entity in SAM, can I search SAM to view contract opportunities?
Yes, you can search, but you just cannot save.
Thank you. The next question is, can you give an example of federal assistance a company may need?
That individual, could you have them clarify that particular question? Are they talking about grants or something in that nature, so I can get a clearer picture of that question?
Sure, I will send that to them now. While I reach out to them, I'll give you this next question and wait for them to respond. Can you demonstrate how to get to the sam.gov library?
The sam.gov library is located on the primary page. When you go to sam.gov, at the bottom of the page, you can click library.
Thank you. The next question is, can you cover the search capability again?
There are several. Once you get into your back office and you've registered your company or your administrators that you want to represent your company, you can go into the back office. The search perimeters are always going to be on your left. And you would enter, say you want to search an opportunity, the opportunities within Washington, D.C. and all the hospitals within it. This is VISN 5 area. You can take and put Washington, D.C. Instead of using the zip code, or you can look up all opportunities within a specific date. The data values that's located in your back office will give you a varied amount of search perimeters that you can use. You just select what you're looking for, be it your NICS code or your PSC, and opportunities associated with it. If you want to narrow it down to the place that you work, I would not use zip codes so much, but I would use locations. So if it's, like I said, Washington, D.C. or Maryland or whatever, you enter that information. But those opportunities are really clear when you log into your back office.
Thank you. The next question is, if you are not a veteran-owned business, but are an 8A hub zone, is it best to partner with a veteran-owned company to earn work with the VA?
You you got to unmute Dr. Williams.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just talking away. And each opportunity, it will tell you which one they are posting for. Partnering is a business decision. The service disabled, veteran-owned, and veteran-owned business, when opportunities are set aside, have to perform a certain amount of work. Small businesses as a whole have a lot of opportunities. So the particular category of 8A presents more opportunities in those places that are 8A identified. An instance I'll give you that I know of is like in Puerto Rico. Most of the opportunities there are provided to 8A, the 8A community. So if you're looking for opportunities, I would say probably focus more on small and not use the 8A designator when you are trying to find opportunities. And then you can go ahead on and use the 8A and compare them to see if they were deleted out of your small business categories because you put 8A. So partnering really has no additional benefit to getting business with the VA. It is just having the right search criteria and business qualifications. You can partner or team with anyone that you want to, regardless if it's large, small, veteran-owned or not. It depends on the opportunity and if you can perform. And if you can perform, then you can respond to the solicitation itself. You know, so that's more of a business decision.
Thank you. Good morning. Is it necessary to assign a unique entity ID under the Entity Management tab in order to navigate the SAM portal as the creator of the profile, or does the creator have full access to all features in the system?
The creator has all access. That is attached to your administrative guys. So if you want to add an administrative person, you can give them a unique identifier code following the instructions that are given by sam.gov, and you can reference that in this presentation as well on how to navigate assigning that code.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got one question before that, Nicole.
Okay,
I just want to make sure we capture all of them.
sure.
Where do we register for subcontracting opportunities within the VA?
There is no place for you to register in the VA. SBA, however, has a site called Subnet. That's where you can go and register for opportunities that large companies, other vets, and small businesses go to look for individuals that they may need to subcontract. For the large businesses, it's to meet their goals. For other businesses, it may be partnership opportunities. So that is also by state. if you serve the United States, then there's opportunity for you to put those perimeters in there. But we currently don't have a site for you to register. That's governed by SBA.
Thank you. Next question. Does the VA post a procurement forecast? If so, where can you access it?
Earlier, Curtis went over on your slide. When you go to the OSDBU website, you have the forecast of opportunities link that you can click on and see what the different areas within the VA intend to solicit and what socioeconomic category they have decided to solicit under.
Thank you. Do we have one-on-one sessions to register as a VA certified small business?
Repeat that, Curtis.
Do you have one-on-one sessions to register as a VA certified small business?
When you say a one-on-one session, if you're talking about being registered as a veteran-owned business, that is done by that particular section under our links on our VA OSDBU webpage. Now, if you're talking about assisting you with more effective navigation of our business processes within the VA, then you would use your small business liaisons in your designated area. And if you can't reach them, then you can send me an email and I'll set up an appointment to speak with you.
Thank you. Good morning. I need to search for Cisco UC efforts, such as is ongoing in the T4NG. How can I improve searching to locate those primes and POCs so I can get to those performance Cisco UC effort?
The Technical Acquisition Center, the TAC, has their own website with all of their contracts on it. It's a federal website. So you can go and you can see who the awards were made to. And if there are any additional opportunities that are not met by the T4NG current contract, that will be posted. Since that award a couple years ago, you can contact the primes and make them aware that you exist and what your capabilities are. And of course, it's their, I guess their choice to contact you or not. They're not mandated to contact anyone that are providing their information for subcontract opportunities.
Thank you. What category does the VA do business with the most? So example, like educational services, administrative services, stuff like that.
The top will be IT related services. The top 10 you can also find if you do a search in usaspending.gov. You can do the top 10 awards for whatever years you want to look at. But IT, construction, medical related services, which can extend into professional services, anything associated with providing medical supplies, things of that nature.
Thank you. What tips can you provide to develop relationships with contracting officers?
The relationships that you need to build is going to be through your small business liaison. Contracting officers, once opportunities are sent to them, requests for to provide services or supplies, the market research has already been done. So the program managers have already called or researched or connected with folks that may have presented their services, but that don't mean that they're the final point of contact. The contracting officers are the implementers of those services. They usually don't do a lot of talking to the community unless they hold a conference in reference to a particular opportunity that they want everybody to know about, but that's usually in conjunction with the program managers because they are the experts in what they need. The contracting officer is not. Now, a part of that scenario is the small business liaison. If they, when they're reviewing packages that have to come to OSDBU thereafter, and they know of a small business, for instance, that the service may not have found, or a veteran-owned business they may not have identified, that's where they play a large role. So it's important to maintain contact with them, go to their program manager presentations where you'll get to meet program managers and also do your presentations or listen to opportunities. But the contracting officer is not really the point of contact that's going to help you there.
Thank you. My next question, how can we get a list of procurement managers, or is there a list of procurement managers?
No, there's not. There's over 7,000 of them in the VA. I myself tried to do that. However, I can give you a bit of red button advice. Is if you go back and look at the national conferences that we've had in the last 4 years, the registrants that are listed and the program managers are located there that attended the conference and opportunities that they had at that time. That's a good place to look at program managers that you may have interest in. So that'll help you quite a bit. But no, we don't maintain a list because they change too often. Their requirements are different within sections. And when I say that, there may be 10 program managers working for, for instance, with us, OSDBU. We have different directorates and different missions. So it would be hard to keep up with all these people if we went across the VA.
Thank you. Can you give an example of federal assistance a company may need, such as grants?
The need preference is based on your company and what you do. The U.S. federalgrant.gov website provides opportunities to those in specific areas of interest for the government at that time. So there is grants. There are some loan entities loan programs under the SBA that you may qualify for. So those are some of the areas that you need to search depending on your current business offerings.
Thank you. As a new service disabled minority veteran business owner, who can I share a conversation regarding ensuring I identify and managing opportunities optimally?
That would be either me if you want an appointment, or your localized SBL based on the list that Curtis took you to on the website. So you can talk to either or.
Thank you. Are all of the contracting opportunities product driven? I'm a vet and I own a home health agency. Are there opportunities for companies that offer services such as mine?
Yes, there's plenty of opportunities for those type of services. And it depends on what your internal structure is. For instance, you have the homeless programs. You have areas under prosthetics that service the veteran in home. If you go to the homeless website, if you put in veteran homeless, veteran VA homeless, there are different sets of opportunities on that website. So you have to read the narrative to see where you fit. And that will give you more of an idea of how to look for those opportunities on sam.gov.
Thank you. Is the VA required to set aside all opportunities to SDVOSBs?
The VA is not obligated to set aside all opportunities. What they are obligated to do is to do the appropriate market research to identify if there are 2 or more veterans that can perform that service. And that can does not mean just by name, it means by capability and historical research. So no, they are not. Kingdomware does not require that, nor does competition and contracting. What it does require that we do is appropriate market research to identify if there are.
Thank you. In the prior FBO, users could establish searches in FBO that would run daily, and the FBO system would email a synopsis of the search results to the FBO users. Is there a way to do this in sam.gov?
There is a way, and that was part of the presentation that was given earlier on how to set up your search and to also get reports and open opportunities and amendments.
Thank you. My SAM portal is showing an active registration on the entity section, but not in the system accounts. Does this mean my profile is not yet fully active? Can you please explain the difference between the 2 sections? Thanks.
That I cannot do. That is a sam.gov GSA issue. And they do have a area on the website where you can do a live conversation if you're registered. Excuse me. Or you can send a question, and they're pretty responsive. A quick response, rather. So that's a question for them.
Thank you. I received notification that it's time to update my SAM's profile. Can you tell me what I need to do?
That is additional questions for sam.gov. And if you go to the question area where we looked at earlier in the link, you can probably input that in short form and see what comes up. If not, then you use the live questions and conference with a representative immediately, or send that question to sam.gov directly.
Thank you. Somebody put in the chat that it's not a question, but PTEX can help with VOSB and SDVOSB verification. It's correct. So I can. Do we have good? No. I was just making a statement. Sorry. Do we have contact information for contracting officers?
No, we do not. There are over 6,000 contracting officers in the VA alone. We don't have that information at OSDBU, and that's not probably. It wouldn't be information that we would provide to the community because they're not the initial point of contact for small businesses or their opportunities as it relates to market research and identifying SDVOSBs, VOSBs, or other small socioeconomic categories.
Thank you. A lot of companies have paid for services that take advertised jobs in SAM and sort them by your requirements and suspense dates. The big money for this service is the norm by SAM users because SAM is not user friendly.
Well, that's dependent on your training and the time that's taken to understand the back office and how to get those solicitations or RFIs or sources sought. The same thing that another company is doing, you can do yourself if you just take the time to understand the system and how to use the inquiry boxes to do those searches and have them sent to you. I know what you're talking about, some of the services that provide that, but they're extracting from GSA to get that same information.
Thank you. All right. Hold on 1 second. Is there a directory for small business?
There is a directory, you mean for small business liaisons or other small businesses?
Well, both. Somebody asked about the small business liaison too. I did put it in the chat, but if you can expand on both, that'd be great.
Okay, there is no directory for small businesses. You can go to sam.gov and run a search under NICS code or small business identifiers that are in records. The names will be provided to you, but that'll be a massive list. For VIP, which is our Veteran Information Portal, you can also do the same, but you won't be able to download that whole list. You can look by, NICS code or so forth. You'll get company names that you can possibly contact if you're looking for relationship building.
Thank you. All right, we have about 10 minutes left. Hi, is there a program that has someone to help us apply with bids for contracts?
That's your PTAC that was mentioned by someone in the question and answer window. You have your PTACs, you have OSDBU, your local small business liaisons. They can provide directions. However, they will not, any federal entity will not do your responses. So the mission is to provide you the guidance on how to develop those responses by evaluating the need, what they're asking you for, and some of the other parameters associated with responding to any type of notice that's posted on sam.gov.
Does the VA still utilize the sole source component to PL 109-461 to SDVOBs?
Yes, they do. We use it every day. There are set-asides on sam.gov. However, as I stated previously, the market research that's associated with any procurement in the beginning is to identify through your request for information and your sources sought that are posted on sam.gov to identify those that can service that opportunity. However, a mistake is to think responding without the required data that they asked for is automatically going to set it aside, because it doesn't. for any service that's provided to service or supplies that are supplied to the VA.
Thank you.
Thank you. It seems like there's one question here. Pardon me if I'm reading it again. It says this year or this last year of government mandates for mandatory vaccination against choice, even though natural immunity is better defense. Has SAM any mandatory requirements here? Some agencies had this language in contracts with SBA requirements. What's the latest program updates concerning these things?
At this time, I prefer not to get into that conversation. However, I can tell you that if there is a contractor clause that has two parts to it, those that are working on government facilities and those that are not, and their requirements. Any updates, if you go to the federal business directory, it will tell you or keep you abreast of different updates in that area. However, I don't want to say that there has been one and there hasn't, or what those stipulations entail. But I do know that federal contractors, there is a clause attached to it for those that work on government facility grounds and those that don't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like we have one final question. We have responded to numerous RFI, but never hear back. It would be nice if we could hear back if the VA intends to do an RFP based on the submittals and respond to RFI. So this is a statement.
Okay, that is an area that is kind of it's on both sides of the street. Usually a source is sought or a request for information is socioeconomic gathering. Let's see who's out there. If it's, going to need to be set aside based on the respondents and the information they ask. Getting feedback, it's a lot of sources sought that are there. They don't do that because it may never turn into a solicitation. So what you can do is once it turns into a solicitation is to keep up with it, look at the one that you responded to see if there are differences in the solicitation itself, and ask questions at that time before the closure date. Most COs, they'll give you, if you ask them a question, they'll give you a response, but sources sought are sometimes done a year or 2 years ahead in preparation for upcoming possible solicitation. So they don't really take a lot of questions unless it says ask questions.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And that's all the questions we have. I want to say thank you all for attending. Thank you, Dr. Williams, for your time. Thank you all for your time as well. I know we all are rather busy. I hope you got some great information out this presentation. And please, please, please make sure you complete the survey. I would love to get 100% participation on the survey. And let us know how we did today. And please, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day and be safe. Thank you. Until next time.